Hi, my name is Merlin. So I'm gonna introduce what I learned today. But instead of talking about what I learned today, cause I I don't I was not able to learn something that deeply today. So I'm gonna explain uh what I learned like last month. So so I so So my service is called ScriptMine, and we actually increase the web performance. But to understand web performance, you need to learn about things. So you have to understand what is a browser and what is application and what is task. Actually, a browser such as Chrome is software application. So so our target is the so the user that uses Safari or Chrome to uh, Chrome to go to the website. So it is really essential to understand what is application or what is browser, because what is application? So application is computer program that designed to execute specific task for the user, and you have to ask what is the task. The task is distinct unit of work that an application performs. So example, if user navigates enters URL and click it and navigates to the other website, so that's called a task, and to perform task, process or thread is being used. And what is process? Process is instance of program that runs on the application. So and thread is a single unit of the uh, process, and that execute part of the program. And so why we need such, such as this kind of logic, this kind of concept? Because um, simple task, example, enter URL and navigate to the page is task, and it uses process. And why? And we just learn about the process, and application has a process, and we have to understand what process being used. And because to understand this, we can analyze how to improve the performance. So example, so in browser like Chrome have a browser process. In the browser process, there's a lot of thread. Example, US thread and network thread. Let me. I know there's a couple of there's more threads of it, but I just can't remember it. So um, example, you type URL, and the UI thread, we're gonna check it is for the search, it is search query or URL. If it is URL, and you're gonna show the recommendation, right? So that is how UI thread does. And if you hit enter, your thread is gonna talk to the network thread to uh, network thread. So it requests to the network network thread to perform network. So network thread, we're gonna fetch the uh, get the address of the website via DNS lookup, and we're gonna store the cache value on the browser in your browser. So that is how it goes. So to understand web performance, you should understand why we should why so understand this. We are actually not going to the website, we are actually getting the website via network thread. So if your web server is really far enough, uh, if your user is really far enough to the into your web server, that means you're really gonna there's could be impact of your web performance, because the users are getting the resource of your app, your website, your web server. So that is how it goes. And moreover, there's a render process. So in the browser, there's a browser process, render process, and there are a lot of processes. But let me try to explain this too. So what happens during the render process? In the render process, um, actually the website is being rendered, and render process is the one who doing it. But the thing is that the render process has only one single thread, which is the main thread. So main thread does render the process, and is is actually deeply related to the web performance, because if the render if the main thread is blocking, if your rendering is blocking, that means main thread is blocking, and you should analyze why is it blocking. Example, you have um, you have lots of client component. You are using CSR, client side rendering. If you have a lot of client side, you're using just clients. You're just using it. The thing is that when you can the 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 bad thing about client side rendering is there's a bunch of JavaScript that fetches JavaScript. So which means that the the HTML has to and the rendering has to wait until JavaScript has been done. But there's another method which is SSR, which is which so SSR. So that performance uh, that parses the not parses that generate HTML, and it sends the already fully done HTML to the client. And what client does is just hydrate, putting a JavaScript event handler like that on on the on the HTML part. And so that is why you have to understand what is processor thread, because that is really related to the web performance. Using SSR means that you're gonna uh, take out the sum of the JavaScript or HTML logic into server. So rather than relying on the client, you can just separate the role of uh, the rendering into server or into client. So that is what I did today. So you should understand this. You should understand basic of what is processor thread to enhance the web performance. This is what I think about it. So bye. Have a nice day.